All right. I'm a little tired from doing. I was sat in ceremony last night, and it's just been a kind of recuperation day for me. I was asked by a friend to do a video on my experiences with IM. I don't tend to share that just because it's very private. The messages that I get, I do keep some things to myself, believe it or not. This being one of them. However, I do like to give advice on my findings and how I would have done things differently in my case. And if somebody is doing it for the first time, what I would recommend. One thing being, if it is your first time, like my very first time, again, I'm going to give you examples of what I've gone through, not the messages that I've gotten from the plant medicine itself. One of the things that I experienced with my very first ayahuasca ceremony was that um, it was a South American shaman. It wasn't a curandero because a curandero is a medicine man. A curandera is a medicine woman or a healer. This was just a shaman, somebody who was looking for work. If you see me swatting and shit, it's the bugs. They're everywhere today. Too many mosquitoes. Anywho's, so with this shaman, right, with this shaman, he didn't know any of our names, barely. At least I know he didn't know my name. He had no idea how much he was giving people. It was kind of like winging it, trying to, again, it was a buck or two being made. He came to Sweden. It wasn't here. My second time, I learned a big lesson. I ended up going to a curandera, a female curandera from Sweden. Incredible woman, absolutely incredible. And if you are in Sweden, you want to go to sit in a ceremony, I will definitely highly recommend her. Um, it's in Stockholm. One of the things people tend to forget is that if you're going to a medicine man or a medicine woman, you're not going, it's like going to the doctors, which I don't recommend doing, but you never used to go to the doctors with 20 of your friends holding your hands and your doctor at least knew what the hell was wrong with you. This is energy work. This is spiritual, deep energy work. So the person serving your medicines, energy goes into of course, goes into the medicine itself. How you receive the medicine is key. What energies they bring to the table also is quite crucial. I actually, after my second time in Sweden, I didn't take ayahuasca until I came to, oh man, they've gotten me everywhere, until I came to Costa Rica. I lived in Peru, in the jungles of Peru. I lived in Peru for like 8, 9 months. Lived in Colombia, lived in Panama. I refused to take medicine with anybody because I didn't find a curandero or curandera that I actually trusted. I found so many shamans that weren't mindful of the energy work that's involved here. This isn't just about being a great singer. I appreciate your music. I appreciate how you can channel music, but I can also go to a concert to get that. I can listen to Nako and get that. Um, the key here is being in touch and in tune with the spirits that are around us during such deep sacred ceremonies. These are such sacred plants we're blessed to be able to work with, and what you bring to the table is key. Again, if you are a curandera or curandero, you know a lot about spirit and energy. You don't bring, you don't sit down and eat a dead chicken or a cow the night before or at least 2 weeks before because this is a sacred space. You're not allowed to bring anything that's going to alter this. And I met too many shamans in Peru that tend to end up doing that. Bless their hearts. That maybe some people just don't know, and they're learning in their journey. However, there are some that I do respect. There are some places in Peru that I highly recommend. I have a friend of mine, Lara, and her partner that actually have a place called Jardín de Paz, a little bit outside of Pamasto, close to Tarapoto in Peru. So if you are around there, please check them out. They have an indigenous man that is their curandero, and he lives on the land. I haven't actually sat with him, so I can't recommend him based on experience. I recommend him and the place based on, again, not because they're my friends. I have so many shaman friends that I would recommend, and I'm actually going to get in trouble for talking about some of them eating flesh beforehand. However, I recommend it based on a feeling that I have, based on the way they practice, based on the fact that somebody like Laura, for example, wants to plant, and she's in the process of planting 5,000 vines around Peru. So it's about the connection with spirit. It's about connection with the land. It's about how we go into these ceremonies. My third time was here. It was with a curandera from, she's Italian, incredible, incredible musician. She channels beautifully. And I didn't need anybody to be there with me to hold my hand. It was a very personal, internal journey. And it usually is with ayahuasca. It's not to say that the shaman is that's involved is the most important person, and it's not to say that that's who is in charge of how your journey is. If abuelita, if Aya calls you, she's calling you. You're in the hand, you're in the right hands, you're in her arms, and you're in your own hands. Most of all, this is a personal spiritual journey. However, it's nice to have the person serving the medicine too being more conscious of what's going on and what they're giving you and what they're bringing to the table. So if you do want to take it for the very first time, try and find somebody who understands that, who can even give you the option of having a smaller circle to sit with rather than like 30, 40 people. My fourth time last night, again, I haven't taken it that many times because I don't think our spirituality comes from a plant. It opens up passageways, it opens up gateways, and it helps a lot, but it's not where our spirituality, that's not where we find it. So um, you don't need to take it. I don't feel like you need to take it 600-700 times in order to come in touch with your own spirituality. It's internal work, basically. What else? What else did I want to touch base on? Um, Smaller groups. Find a curandero or curandera that knows what the hell they're doing, that has some idea of what spiritual work is. Um, be conscious of your intention going in. Be very conscious of it, and go in there with acceptance and openness to whatever the journey has to give you. It's incredible. It's not for everybody. It's not meant to be, according to me, it's not meant to be taken 24/7. I don't think it's like the more you do it, the more spiritually, more of a spiritual guru you become. Fuck that. Nobody's a guru. Just, share your experiences with yourself and with others if you want to. If not, just go in knowing that she called you. That's it. That abuelita called you, that the plant has called you. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't fall for the hype. I'm so sick of people like wanting to do ayahuasca just because it's like the cool thing to do now. You don't need to do all these plant medicines. Just, go within. It's internal work. I think I basically touched base on everything.